it's good. Oh, this nice car. Welcome back to Appreciating Classics. Today we want to show you something really quite special. It is not the Kia Ceed behind me, it is inside that door there. So let's go take a look. So here we go. This is obviously an R35 GTR, and the eagle-eyed will know that this is a Nismo model. However, it is not any normal Nismo model. This is what they call an N-Attack. And it could be argued, and I would like to try and put the point forward, that this is potentially the ultimate variant of the R35 GTR. You could almost say this is the Z-tune of the R35 series. So let's look at why. Okay, so one of the most obvious is this is a standard Nismo rear spoiler. However, it has got different spoiler risers, so it sits higher than the standard Nismo. It's obviously also got the time printed. This is not a decal on the spoiler, that's actually printed and then clear coated over. Now, there were two different packages you could have. Basically, if you bought a Nismo GTR, you could then option to have either the A package or the B package. Both very similar. The B package was more road friendly. The A package lost the rear seats and had fixed back carbon bucket seats. This one is a B package car, so it's still got the rear seats and the carbon Nismo reclining bucket seats. However, this has since had the rest of the A kit parts fitted mechanically. So it's an A package car, but with B package interior. It keeps a bit of usability. Another giveaway feature externally, and there's not a huge amount of them, are these carbon Nismo front wings, and these are probably my favorite feature on the whole car. I absolutely adore this bit of aero here. You'll also notice that these gurneys or vents, whatever you want to call them, they are slightly different in design, and we'll show you the underside of them so you can see they are not the standard vents. So externally, not a huge amount to differentiate from a standard Nismo, except the aero, the wings, the spoiler, the bonnet vents. Interior wise, it looks the same as a normal Nismo. However, underneath is where the magic happens, as they say. So you had a specific exhaust for the N-Attack package. You also had a reprogrammed ECU and a transmission ECU that had upgraded brake pads. It had Öhlins four-way adjustable suspension, upgraded anti-roll bars. The A package on top of that had a LSD front and rear and carbon fibre blow-off delete pipes. As I mentioned before, this has got them parts fitted. They were fitted at Nismo. So this is essentially a full spec car other than keeping the original seats. And that is pretty much everything. But when you put it all together, the difference it makes is phenomenal. Right, so we've got the bonnet open and we thought we'd just show you what's going on in here. So this car has covered 29,000 kilometers. First of all, you can see the condition of the engine bay. It's really nicely presented. It's obviously a car that's been loved. You'll also notice these blow-off valve delete carbon intake pipes. They're part of the A package. And you'll also notice, as you've seen on the top side, these are the carbon bonnet vents, which flow some cool air in. So that's sort of the only differences in here. I mean, you can see the top of the Öhlins adjustable suspension as well. but to look at, that's pretty much it under the bonnet. Now there's a bit of conflicting information online regards how much these conversions cost. On some forums, you know, they're saying that the A package was like £90,000, B package was about £65,000. This is on top of the cost of a Nismo GTR. But looking at the figures that we've got here, that looks like it was more like sort of £50,000, but obviously conversion rates were different when this was out. But yeah, from what we can see, it was about £50,000 for the A package. And also another thing to note, which I've not seen before other than on the official paperwork that we printed off and looked at, you could have the B package interior, but have the A package driver's seat. So rear passengers had access through the passenger side with a reclining seat, but you could have the fixed bucket seat just for the driver. In September 2013, Nissan and Nismo took the N-Attack back to Germany, to the Nurburgring, to go after an improved lap time. And they got a lap time of 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Now we need to remember that that was 2013 that they got that time. To put that into some sort of context, it's quite hard, but in 2022, Porsche took the 992 GT3 Rarest to the Nurburgring, and they set a lap time 18 seconds quicker than this. Now that is a big chunk of time, but let's not remember 9 years had passed. So that's 9 years of technology throughout cars, 9 years of tyre technology, which is huge, 9 years of suspension technology. And the reality is that giving this to a slightly better driver and giving the Porsche to a slightly worse driver at a track day, as an example, the Porsche driver is probably going to get a big shock that this big old brute of a GTR is all over his bumper. And I think that goes part way into showing just how special the N-Attack is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you out for a little drive and just sort of show you the car on the road. It's actually the first time I'm going to drive this car. First time Gav's going to have been in the car as well. So we thought we'd get it on camera and drop it into the video. Okay, so we've just got some fuel and we're now just a little drive getting the temperatures up. Initial reactions are, one of our ex-workers, Chris, bless him, initial reactions are, it feels very, very dark. We've obviously driven quite a few R35s. This feels very, very responsive on the steering. Diffs are very aggressive. I can confirm they are aggressive, but it's lovely. It drives lovely. A little bit firmer, but other than that, that is as you'd expect, really. Very, very precise. Obviously, like I say, we're in traffic and we're just letting everything warm up. What do you think, Gav?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
I would quite happily have one of these.
Same. yeah. We'll keep this one. Thank you very much. We're going to do a little pull just so we can, we have to as part of our test drive. We always pop to Mexico, but whenever we test drive a car, we've got to ensure, obviously, that it does what it's meant to do to some degree. We don't go crazy, obviously. Initial reaction feels massively capable. I'd love to try it on a racetrack. I'll just drop down a couple of gears. Yeah, it's pretty quick. Pretty quick. It's good. God, it's good. Oh, this nice car. Right, so we're back from the test drive. what a phenomenal car. Like I said, been lucky to drive quite a few R35s from standard to highly modified and a few in between, and this feels completely different. I'm really quite blown away by how different it feels from lots of different, you know, little things that they've done throughout the car. Nismo obviously know what they're doing, that goes without saying. But it just feels phenomenal, feels so dialed in. That's kind of blown me away. It's a wicked car. I'd love to experience it on track, because obviously, you know, we're just on a road. But quick thank you to our partners over at JM Imports. We'll put a link to their channel. We do a lot of business with JM. We partnered with them a lot of years ago now. So to Jürgen and Haggy, thanks for all your help on this and various other things. And that is the end of this video. So please don't forget to comment and subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed this little video about the N-Attack.